How's it going, everybody? Today I am going to be reviewing my, I believe it's called the New Purple, with the deep purple. It is going to be the purple V4 fabric mat. Mainly talking about the fabric, but I will say that this is probably my second favorite colorway design next to the V2 Moss, just because that one was like my all-time favorite. This mat came out, I believe, late 2016 because I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In January of 2017, and I had just gotten it. A bunch of people had them at the regional, and I was still playing on my Moss SpellGround. So as you can tell, this one was printed left-handed. Normally these are on the right side. I don't know if they printed it on both sides. I just happened to buy the one that was left-handed, whether that was accidental or that's all that they offered. Not quite sure. The one thing that this SpellGround has that is different from the others is it's definitely the softest. As you can see, like when I'm moving my hand across it, it's got that negative against the grain axis, but you can't feel the roughness like you can with the pyramid mats. So here's the Dark Magician Girl one. So like this is smooth, but then if you go the opposite way, you can feel it on your hands and definitely on the fabric. Whereas on this, when I'm going against the grain, I can't tell other than visually seeing it. So like if I have cards, I don't notice any kind of drag that I would be experiencing. Having the ink over here definitely helps with doing like a graveyard slide. So it's definitely the softest. I'll kind of show it up close real quick. So this mat is the same size as their other ones, 26 by 26. It weighs about the same as like a V2, maybe a little bit heavier, or a V3 is probably like more on par with its weight. I don't feel like it slides around as much. Sorry, I'm not trying to shake the camera. I don't feel like it slides around like on tabletop surface as much as a V3 would. Probably it's got to be like a little bit more grippy, even though it's softer. Just the way the grain is of the fabric just maybe makes it grip a little bit better. The one main flaw with this mat when it was released was the edges would fray really, really bad. Mine, you can kind of see like a little bit. So not like terrible, but I've seen some where you'll just have strings and stuff all come apart. Like I have some, I guess, more right around here, this bottom corner. But overall, I really like this mat. If I'm grabbing, you know, like my opening hand, I'm just kidding. But if I'm having like a loaded graveyard of some dragons or whatever, like I don't have a problem with trying to see what's going on. I can kind of do like a starting 5 and then play, do whatever. So it's really nice to play on. It absorbs my cards really well. The folds in it aren't too bad. This one hasn't been played on nearly as much as some of the others, but it's been played on more than my V5 and V6 definitely. And then I just recently started playing on it because it matches my Amelia ReZero deck box. If you've seen that video, check it out. I'll post a thing up top. But the purple is awesome. My very first SpellGround was actually the purple and white V3. That was like heavily miscut. That was like a deep, like dark purple. And this is like a very royal purple. So it's really nice. My cousin has one where it's got like the Chinese buildings on it with the larger logo in the center in gray. And that one's really pretty too. So I will let you guys know on a little secret, and if you want me to do a video talking about it, you can comment down below. But this material is very, very similar to something that you can buy at your most likely local fabric store. This is like some velvet upholstery fabric from my local Joann's. That's the fabric store that I went to. I bought this back in probably 2018, 2017, like Christmas time. It had been at least a year since I had like stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was trying to learn how to play Force of Will. And I've always wanted to do my own play mats, or at least participate in making some. And this fabric feels the exact same as this. Maybe not quite as like, I feel like this is probably a little like a shorter grain of fabric. And what I mean by that is like the material itself doesn't stick out as much. It's like a closer cut. This one feels just barely longer, but the negative axis on it feels almost like in between this and the pyramid mats. So if you want me to do a video on that, you can comment down below and I'll show you guys how to make your own cloth playmat. It also comes in a multitude of colors. So I've had those for a while and they're like fun to play on. It's very comparable to this. I would say that this material is most comparable to what Imperium Duelists have and MetaMats and probably some of those other companies that do a print-on service. This one has the ink setting on top of the material itself, screen pressed in. So if you're into those mats and you want to get it as like a SpellGround version, this is definitely the closest that you'll get to it. I would highly recommend it. It came with the bag, and then these retailed for $35.95. What a time to be around back then. So anyway, that's about it for this short and sweet review. If you have any questions, you can leave it in comments down below. And thank you guys for watching.